this game, so definitely a possibility.
Alrighty, so finally time has come. We are ready. Misfits versus 2sTroNk. Dorado on the way. Map number 1 of what could be a 3-game series. Best to have 3 here between these two teams. Misfits, of course, looking to dispatch 2sTroNk quickly and get their rematch against Reunited.
Yeah, trying to get all the way out of the lower bracket. I believe they did so last week. I want to say in our NA tournament. They went to lower bracket, then came back through, did 2sTroNk. So trying to do that same thing again.
Hex, please. The roboting is so much. I'm just going to recall you here real quick. Stand by. Domo arigato?
Mr. Roboto?
You're good. For now.
Cool. I think, it's a confluence of things. We'll figure it out. We just need to get through today. Hopefully.
Pump up the volume.
All right, so take a look here at the defense as it comes out here from the side of Misfits. It's going to be Zebosai here on Lucio soon on the Roadhog crew. On Farah, Zapri going to be on the McCrees, Skipjack on Reinhardt, and Nevix going to be the final piece here on the Mercy.
Yeah, well, hopefully they start running this, because I want to see Ruster on the offensive Widowmaker. Icefelt is on Zarya. Mineral is on a Roadhog. Sieni is going to be on Genji. Zave is on Mercy. And Manitin on a Hanzo. A very interesting composition. Very aggressive composition. We'll probably see some changes, but I hope not.
We will just have to see, but Manitin, he might be going forward this Hanzo, and that would be interesting. And of course, for those who don't know, Hanzo is high risk, high reward. Sometimes people just look here to get a read at the comp and go back, but Manitin looks like he's sticking with it. Hanzo will be on the menu here for the side of 2sTroNk. We'll see if you get those all-important early picks. Of course, for Hanzo, if you don't get the early pick, you're just basically doing nothing. So Hanzo, sort of a gambler here in a sense, all or nothing.
Yeah, Ruster did switch off the Widow, unfortunately. No double sniper, but trying to get that early work done on Hanzo. They're giving up a lot of ground here. They give up Archway pretty much for free. They're in on offense.
Offense is moving forward. Manitin still looking for the on-point first pick. Doesn't really have a whole lot of targets. A lot of people hiding behind the Reinhardt shield. Defense bending. They are not breaking just yet. As Zebosai really get the first kill, but Manitin does strike pay dirt. Snipes crew right out of the sky. This isn't worse here for the offense. Even if they get pushed back, they're getting good progress on the payload. They're at least trading out somewhat evenly here with the defense. And crew finally takes out Manitin, almost going down again to another arrow, but 3 kills here for the defense. They should be able to push the offense back.
Yeah, I mean, they're still in, but they're going to have to bail out here. Crew with a decisive barrage is going to end that fight, end the dream rather quickly. It takes down the last 2. Maybe unneeded, but little style points.
Style points, I mean, that's what really matters too, Hex.
Absolutely. So a complete reset here. Offense is going to be pushing in with ultimates on their next push, though. No sound barrier, though, as they're running solo support. So Sieni's going to have to be a little careful on his Dragon Blade.
And Zapri hanging back right now. Does have Deadeye here at the ready. Sequence and leap right in. He's going to float Primal Rage immediately. Here comes the Graviton Surge from the offense. 4 people in. The sound barrier, though, keeping them alive. The defense not going to be deterred. They weather the Graviton Storm. They're just going to be able to move out forward here. Icefelt, the last person remaining, off on an island by himself, and he is going to go down in just a moment, just staggering to death.
Yeah, pretty rough, although they do have some things to work with next time. They're going to have both Shimada brothers' ultimates available. No Graviton, though, for the Hanzo combo.
Defense, again, they're going to be able to flow set up. Hey, look at the offense, though. They will have Dragon Strike. They do have Dragon Blade and Sandy going right to back. Here comes Dragon Blade on the ready, looking for Lucio. Not able to get him. Sort of gets a little bit confused as to where he is. Does take out Zapri before going down, so not a complete waste. Not as much as he would have liked. And looking through right now. Over the top, was able to take out Zave. There won't be a res here from the offense. Nevix still alive. He's going to bring up all the Fallen in. Defensive Misfits are going to hang in strong once again.
Yeah, they're going to hold this at least for the next foreseeable future. They clean up another couple late picks. They're staggering those deaths. Crew has been on the cleanup crew this entire game, just always making those late rocket hits, getting some nice kills. They're sticking with this Hanzo. Nope, they do switch. Manitin's on Roadhog. I only really have 1 push left.
Yeah, for 2sTroNk, this is do or die. They need something to work out well here. They might have a Graviton towards the end. They're not going to have a sound barrier. Zebo's side will have a sound barrier, so a lot of cards here for the defense. They should actually be able to win this just off the sound barrier alone. And look at Crew. Crew getting right to the back here. They don't realize he's here. Barrage going to be coming out here in just a moment. And he takes out Icefield immediately. Gets Mineral as well. Rez forced out right away. I gotta tell you, so long as Nevik stays alive, this is the defense's fight to lose. Everything going in their favor right now. The Earthshot comes in after the Res, setting them up. And even if they do lose people, Nevik sits in the back with the Res of his own, but it's not even gonna be needed.
Nope, absolutely just kind of crushes it there. Ruster's gonna wait a second, then jump in and try to stall out, but 8 seconds left. Not looking great. Comes a preemptive whole hog. Yeah, it's just desperation time here as they rush the cart. Zapri takes down 2 though.
Yep, Zapri kills 2, takes out Zaven and makes it a triple kill. Really nice stuff coming out from Zapri here. And that's going to be it. The last ditch attack from the offense not working out, and they don't really, now as they switch sides, Misfits does not have to push a cart very far.
No, not at all. 79.14 would be the exact distance they need to get it to. Or, wait, did that bug out again? I swear I just saw it differently. Anyway, yeah, they just need to get it through part of the courtyard. This convenient yellow square on the ground is their goal for winning first map. It's a nice defense coming out there. I don't know. The Shimada brothers not really getting the value that they wanted. Both the Genji and the Hanzo struggled to really get a lot of work done. It took them so long to get that first Dragon strike up for the Hanzo that clearly just wasn't hitting the arrows you want early in Dorado fights. But yeah, high risk, high reward for sure. Just not the reward they wanted from Hanzo.
Nope. I mean, there are points where it actually came close to working out for Manton. He was able to take out Crew pretty early in the first push, and then, you know, if one more arrow had went that way, it might have been a very different game. Unfortunately, though, for 2sTroNk, that isn't how things went down. Either way, take a look here at the defense coming out here from the side of Misfits. Or sorry, from the side of 2sTroNk, it's going to be Sandy now on the Pharah, Icefelt on the Reaper, Manitin on Zarya, Mineral going to be on the Lucio, Ruster on the Winston, and Zave going to be a final piece here on the Mercy.
Yeah, well, offensively, coming out, Nevix is going to be playing Mercy, Zebo will be on that Lucio, Crew will not play Mei, unfortunately, I don't think so, willing to be surprised, Skipjack on Reinhardt, soon on the Roadhog, Zapri will be on the McCree. Yeah, Crew switches to Pharah. Yeah, chat was asking why aren't they running something to counter Pharah? They are. It's called Pharah. It's been the best counter to her lately.
Alright, so early poke being exchanged here between the two teams. Icefelt going in super deep, taking out Zebosai. And I like this approach here from the side of 2sTroNk. They know that they're not really going to be able to defend the courtyard super well, so they're just being highly aggressive on their defense, laying it all on the line. It's not really working, but in theory, it's their only hope of winning this game anyways.
It is smart in theory. They're going to back out now. They do get loose 2 on the chase, though, which is really brutal. Manitin and Zabe dying right then and there.
This is rough, there's no doubt about it. There's already a huge advantage now for the offensive Misfits. If they get 1 or 2 more picks, that should be it. They're going to move the payload very close to its final destination here already. But for 2sTroNk, what do? They needed to do something to try and give themselves a chance of holding, and that was their best chance. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, the aggro defense is something that we've definitely seen before. Reunited and NB have pulled it off successfully, so it's not like it was completely outside of the box thinking. Pulling it back.
2 kills here from the defense. Defense actually trying to claw their way right back into his payload. Awfully close to where it needs to be, though. Icefelt hitting in and around the payload. Will be using Death Blossom here. Goes right into the backline. Skipjack gonna shield off the worst of it. But Zany gets into over the top, takes up both Zapri and Nevix, and they're able to get way more aggressive. And they're going to continue with the aggression here, X. They're going to go on the rooftops. They're not going to give up any of this ground if they can help it.
No, I can't believe they're pulling this back.
Yeah, I don't know. You thought they would have stayed a little bit further back. I think maybe they have 1 or 2 people coming back, but this is a little bit rough because look at how close the payload is. They do need that buffer zone. Graviton does come out. Icefelt gets the back line. Soundbearer, though, gonna mitigate the worst of it. Barrage comes in for Cini, takes out 3, but did not take out Zabe. Or sorry, did not take out Nevix. Nevix is gonna come in with the res. Here comes Barrage from Crew in return. Takes out 2. both reses used for both teams, but a little bit of an edge here to the offense. You only need 1 or 2 more to have this work. Zave nowhere close to having another resurrection. Should be going down in a moment. We'll go down to that final rocket from Crew. Things looking good here from the side of Misfits. They should be able to finish this out now.
That's going to be it. Sayini did have a nice barrage, though, where he was super patient. You mentioned that sound barrier on it, and he just waited in the sky for it to dissipate, got 3 kills off it, but as you mentioned, was unable to kill Nevix in that barrage. Nevix brought everyone back up, and a really strong defense leading to a rather easy offense. So this is probably that res.
Heroes never
Clutched out the res of the pistol.
Alrighty, so good stuff coming out here from the side of Misfits. They strike first blood against 2sTroNk. 2sTroNk now going to be fighting for their tournament life. If they lose another map, that is it. It is over. They are going to be out of it. And Misfits that much closer to getting their rematch with Reunited.
Yeah, either Nepal or Numbani. Say it is up to them. They did ban out Nepal, so you'd think we're going to go to Numbani if they're going to stick to their map choices.
One would think. I don't think 2sTroNk really likes going to King of the Hill too much, so you would think Numbani would be the choice, but teams in a desperate situation oftentimes do go, okay, look, we have to win both of these maps anyways. Why not get the worst of the 2 maps out of the way early? Because the road to victory here, whether they want to or not, for 2sTroNk does go through Nepal.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So they don't even know what map choices are. Asking in chat now.
Do they even realize that one of the choices is Nepal? Zebosai says Nepal. Zebosai, please. Your mind games will not work here. Hex is here to keep everything honest.
I want the games to be fair. And I've been liking Numbani lately, so I want to make sure that they know they can go into Numbani. It's been a very Numbani day.
I feel like saying, but what about Ilios? Then they'll be like, all right, let's go Ilios. They're like, no, it's banned. Can't do that.
Oh, Ilios.
Ilios should always be the map you can always go to. It's not even bannable. It's just always there.
I think we should start every tournament.
You have your pool of 3, but then it's just understood that there's always Ilios there and available. Because why not?
Why not?
It's Ilios.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so we're going to Numbani. Mineral says they're going to Numbani just to annoy Zebo. I guess that's as fine a motivation as any.
Look, if he doesn't like it, why not?
Come on, Maniton. Does he know he has the button? Maniton's got the button.
He has the button. It's like, look, you have the button. Just use the button.
Oh, man. How's Pokemon Go going? You catch anything good? Did you see that Stampede in New York?
I haven't done anything with it.
Oh, that's right. You cast all the time.
Although I have been keeping a close eye on the Pokemon Go injury feed. Just looking and hearing about details of people getting themselves like hurt in the most ridiculous ways. Apparently, some girl got hit by a car because she was looking at her phone before crossing the street. Someone got stabbed in a park late at night.
Are these even Pokemon Go related?
These are Pokemon Go related, yes!
I feel like people get hit by cars and stabbed in parks, whether...
I mean, okay, people get hit by cars and stabbed all the time, but this is specifically related to Pokemon Go. This time, these events, they didn't need to happen.
So I guess there was a stampede in Central Park because a Vaporeon, is that a thing? There were one of those spawned, so everyone went to catch it. I guess it's a high-tier Pokemon, and there was like just a ton of people running to this spot in the park. It's taking over. It is taking over the world.
Everyone looking to catch Pokemon, looking to become the gym leader of gym leaders right by their home. It's just, you know, it's an ongoing story.
Yeah, I still don't understand it, but I don't know.
Well, looking here at the defense as it comes out here from the side of Misfits. It's going to be Crew here on the Junkrat. You don't usually see Junkrat all that often here, so a little bit of a different look. Nevix on the Mercy, Skipjack on Roadhog, Zapri going to be on the Winston, Zebosai on Torbjorn. soon going to be on 76. Hex, what are you seeing on the offense? We see one hero that we don't see on too many maps, except for this one.
Well, that hero that you're talking about is D.Va, and that is Manitin on the D.Va. It has been a staple of Numbani lately. D.Va offense. He's going to be rushing in with his buddy Ruster. They're going to try to come in over the top. Icefelt will support them on Genji as well. And Mineral and Zabe will be playing the support heroes, and Lucio and Mercy and Saini will be on the, well, for a moment was Pharah switching to an offensive Junkrat. Trash mouse both sides.
All right, so okay, it's going Pharah once again. That would have been really weird to see an offensive Junkrat and a defensive Junkrat here on a map where you usually see no Junkrat.
I would have loved to see it. Well, I'm a big fan of the Rubbish Raccoon.
Rubbish Raccoon is a pretty good name.
So they are going to be very likely just diving in here. Icefelt's going to get eyes on things. Then you're going to see both tanks come around the corner and try to rush in over top. I think Skipjack's got designs on hitting a hook for whoever jumps in. He does. He gets
Manitin leading the way, gets hooked right away. Not able to get on the turret, so Zebosai's turret will live, at least for now. Zebosai himself, though, that's a little bit more question. Down to 4 HP at one point. Barely living. Defense getting 2 kills of their own. Skipjack getting hook after hook right now.
Well, they got the res off, and they were banking on taking out Zabe post-res, which they do with a nice jump from the Winston, also taking some turret damage as well.
Manitin at 7 HP with D.Va. That might as well be 1 HP. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so first push did not work. I think getting hooked in as D.Va was obviously just terrible for him. That's what Skipjack wanted to do. That's why he was posed up here. Crew's now hiding in the corner as his Junkrat. Interesting tactic, usually a Reaper tactic to hide in corners.
The Junkrat figure, if the entire group of people goes in, you can blow them all up with a concussion mine, but here comes the tire on the way. No one's shooting it just yet. We'll go for Mineral, decides, okay, Mineral's already dead. 3 kills here for the defense. Does take out Zabe in the end, so not a completely useless start. That's just going to be a decisive team fight. Everyone went into the upper right. They weren't able to get the first pickup they needed, and they just sort of all went into their deaths.
Yeah, really nice hold yet again. They're going to stick with this kind of offense. Icefeld switches off the Genji. He's going to be running a Tracer instead, though. But Ruster and Manitin, both still on this dive tank composition here, have not been able to get in the positions that they really want to. And they're going to be pushing into a Molten Core Torbjorn.
Nothing worse than pushing into a Molten Core Torbjorn, unless the Torbjorn gets greedy. So for Zebo's sake, I hope he doesn't get greedy, throws out the Molten Core immediately. And yeah, again, it comes with the risk that maybe they just bait it out. That's better than letting your turret die and not being able to get Molten Core up mid-fight, because honestly, if you lose your level 2 turret before you Molten Core, getting it back up even with the aid of Molten Core is very difficult.
So big dive and Molten Core comes up right away.
Yep, Molten Core's right away in response to Winston leaping in, and it works out. Does a lot of damage to Winston, takes him out immediately.
Takes out Manitin.
Everything going well here for the defense. Torbjorn having a big part of that as Crew gets a little bit of extra follow-up. Big plays coming out here from Misfits.
There's like no answer to a level 3 turret is the thing. It's 800 HP. It does so much damage. The D.Va went up there, and then she just got melted out even with the armor on her suit. So it's a really good ult.
So offense-wise, they do have a sound barrier up. That's about the best thing you could say for it, because this is going to be their last major push as far as ults go. Even if they fail this, maybe they cause overtime, but the odds of them actually capping, extremely low. So all or nothing here for the side of 2sTroNk. They're going to open here with the sound barrier, leave all their cards on the table, hope for the best. There they go. Yeah, Manitin gets the first pick off, gets Crew, pulse bomb coming in, down goes Skipjack.
Exactly what they need.
Torbjorn potentially not long for this roll either, but take a look at Nevix. Nevix is still alive here. He's going to roll over. He's going to res everyone back up.
Never die.
Full res coming out here from Nevix, so they're coming right back in. Skipjack off the res, looking for Manitin. Gonna go down immediately. Res comes out here for the offense, so everyone back at the full strength. Saini holding on to a Death Blossom as well, looking for the Torbjorn, will go down, and Soon is just sitting here in the back.
Yeah, he's just kind of pelting away, but there's some really nice pressure here from the offense. They got a couple kills. They knocked off one of the tanks as well. They are totally winning this fight. If they can just find an answer to Soon, they're going to absolutely crush it. There's the answer.
Well, hooking him in and killing him, that is one good answer to Soon. In fact, even if they didn't, they probably would have done that anyways, because Soon can contest that on the ground floor.
Yeah.
But defense gets back in, too little too late. Payload will be moving. And 2sTroNk, at least for now, staying alive, because if they weren't able to cap point A, that would have been it. They almost certainly would have lost on the next offensive round.
Yeah, so staying alive for sure. Nevix dies in the chase, as does Zapper. So some nice momentum here on the offense. They started out that fight perfectly, and then they're able to even post-resurrection get the kills. I mean, it was mostly just mechanical skill, just fighting really well. Icefelt with a nice couple picks too on his Tracer.
I'd say right now gonna be looking for the Death Blossom on the offense here in just a moment. Ruster, of course, holding on to the Earth Shatter. Not a whole ton of ults, but still enough to make this slightly favored for the offense as they move forward here. Really gonna depend on what Zany does, gonna depend on if Ruster can find an opportunity. There's Manitin right now going forward, finds Mercy. Oh my goodness, Mercy is going to live. I'm not sure how Mercy is still alive. Mercy does go down to Zany. Zany gets the ball through the back. Ruster gets a big Earth Shatter, knocks down 2, and that's going to be a full team wipe in favor of 2sTroNk. Misfits just getting absolutely demolished on the second point.
Yeah, Manitin totally validated there. I'm not sure how that hook was unable to finish off Nevix there, bringing him in, got him out of position. Everyone else able to clean up that fight, and they are rolling now as 2sTroNk.
2sTroNk keeping things going in their favor right now. That being said, we've seen a lot of teams really stall out here on this last point. It's a good area for the defense. Perhaps better as time goes on, people get more comfortable with it, and if they can hold this point here, they will have a whole ton of ults. Manitin, though, immediately takes out Zapper, and that is not a good omen for the defense at all. Soundbearer now out for the offense. They want to end this right now. They get 3 kills immediately. Big right clicks from Manitin, and oh my goodness, Nevix not being stopped before the res, will get the full res off, but might still work out for the offense here as he goes down immediately. Still a 65. Now significantly much more in favor of the offense as Zany gets it back, getting the triple kill as that was going on in the backline.
Yeah, he's going to have a Death Blossom to reinforce too. He's putting himself in a really nice position, dead center here. He's going to find where they're coming through. He's going to try to pop this room, gets onto Nevix. Nevix goes down.
Nevix not going to have a resurrection up again. Zany taking out 2 to start this out. Soon, though, turning right back in on the offense, gets the triple kill.
Where's Zave?
Note that Nevix is dead.
Zave's going to clutch it out, though.
Zave is not dead. Zave's going to get the res up, so that is going to be the offense probably to finish this out. It was good work from Soon, but just not enough. 2:29 remaining as they get the cap.
6:30.
Gonna be a time of 6:31.
Score 0.
Pretty swift, even by Numbani standards, I would say.
Sides.
Beatable, but
Yeah.
not the easiest thing in the world for Misfits to deal with.
Well, here's the thing. They just need to cap the first point a little quicker, but the second and third point could not have gone any better for 2sTroNk. They just rolled. They had all the momentum in the world, and they just kept getting nice hooks, taking down Nevix a couple times. Nevix has been playing really well today. He's been on the escape, but there's really no escaping a hook at that range, so they need to take the first point in a faster fashion and then hope that they can replicate the offense that 2sTroNk put up during second and third pushes. Now, conversely,
Alrighties.
yeah, 2sTroNk just has to deal with first point, get some stall in here. They set up a decent time. And to do so, Mineral is going to be playing that Tor. Manitin will be on the Roadhog. Ruster on the defensive Winston. Saini is going to be on the Pharah. Zave on Mercy. Icefelt on Soldier 76. You know what's interesting about Ruster is usually a team has a Reinhardt main who flexes onto Winston. I think Ruster is the other way around. I think Ruster's a Winston main flexes onto Reinhardt because he plays Winston in a lot of situations. Granted, I mean,
Yeah, Ruster is very comfortable on the Winston. He's not always on Reinhardt, and honestly, you take a look at his play, he's one of the more entertaining Winstons to watch, right up there with the C9 Winstons, in that he creates a lot of disruption in the backline, makes it difficult for the offense to even get going. Either way, though, taking a look at the offense, no Diva is in sight. It's not something that Misfits really seems to care the run. Will be Zapri on the Reaper, though. Crew on the Pharah, Soon on the Genji, Nevix on Mercy, Skipjack going to be on the Winston, and Zebosai gonna be here on the Lucia.
Winston's got great voice lines. I'm just hanging out with him up on the roof here. So yeah, a little different composition here. This is what they did not run previously on this map, actually. They're not running the dive composition. There was no Diva in this comp, so they're going to take it a little more standard, not try to really force themselves into the back line, except for Skipjack, who's going to take that top.
Skipjack is still going for the Soldier, still keeping him in, and then gets 100% of the damage on the Soldier right away. 3 kills here from the offense, everything going in favor of Misfits. Torb going to get taken out in the back. It's very back and forth, though. Incredibly bloody as Manitin comes right back in, picks up a double kill towards the end, and the defense might hold yet in what is easily one of the quickest and bloodiest fights I think we've seen.
Yeah, that was an absolute bloodbath. Only 3 remaining standing at the end, though, but Manitin with the last 2 kills really kept it alive for him. The turret, of course, is still up as well. Counts as half a person. That's not an Omnic joke. It's just kind of its value.
Not on the joke, just had to make sure. Oh, Maniton able to get the hook off there. 2 people down here for the offense already. Sani falling through. Down goes Crew. And that is going to be it for this attack coming out from the side of Misfits. In fact, Nevix gained the last hook just for good measure. Maniton absolutely on point.
Yeah, he's playing great. I mean, killing Nevix, it was kind of like last game, too. He was the one really pulling Nevix out of position, making sure that they never had that resurrection up. He's continued his hook dominance on Numbani first now. They were loaded with ults.
Clearing the area.
So Crew once again going to get hooked out by Maniton. Down he goes immediately. Down Crew, that's rough. Of course, you look at the offense, Nevix will be able to come in with the res here in a moment. There will be a Dragon Blade right after, so Nevix finding his time, comes in for the res, might be sacrificing his life for that, but see if the follow-up is there. Crew now not with them. He died way too early in the fight, and that's a problem as defense picks up another 2 kills, make it 3. Yeah, they're not going to be able to reset here. Soon, luckily, saved his Dragon Blade. Crew's going to save his Barrage, and we'll see what happens in the next push, but 2sTroNk definitely making a case right now, and if they're able to hold here, Hex, we'll see just where we...
It's all good.
Losing my head. It's been a long day.
They're definitely look like they're going to hold here. They have everything going for them. Only 30% away from their next 2 ults. They're loaded to bear. What's really nice about their defense is that they're not blowing ults when they don't have to. They're winning the fight standard so that they're never getting overwhelmed by an ultimate advantage from the offense.
All right, so Icefeld able to take out Soon and Crew early on. 2 early picks once again for the defense. Ruster being highly aggressive, gets right on the Nevix, doesn't give him a chance to breathe. He gets taken out, and 2sTroNk making the case for evening this up and sending us to Nepal for the 3rd map.
Yeah, they're going to have to...
Because again, all they have to do, they need to hold one more fight. And look at all the ultimates they have right now, Hex. They are fully loaded. They're going to have everything up, including Molten Core, in just a moment.
Yeah, it's going to be brutal. They have to fight, though. They have to go, and here comes Dragon Blade, gets onto that Molten Core turret.
He runs right in the Molten Core. That is not the matchup you want. Justice now raining from above. Nevix going to have to bring up the fall here sooner rather than later. Gets the res, dies for the res. And as Icefeld right now running around Attack Visor is going to clean up the back line. And this is looking very, very good right now for the side of 2sTroNk. 35 seconds remaining. I'm not even sure the offense has time to set up another good offense here. They might be able to get on the point, but barring the miracle of miracles, this looks like it's going to be 2sTroNk's map.
Yeah, they have to be careful to not go in before the team's ready, because they are going to have one more coordinated push. They can go in as 6, even though that they lost Crew pretty late on Zarya. They're going to have time for one more fight. They need to not get picked up before it starts. Zapri runs dangerously close to doing just that.
Oh, 2 kills here pretty early on for the offense on their last gasp. Actually, the best offensive out in a while, but Sani just waiting in the rockets from above. The res does come in. Nevix trying to build his res, not going to be able to do it. Graviton comes out towards the end, but it's nothing more than a last-ditch effort as 2sTroNk. They're going to hang on here, and they are going to force a map number 3. On the Nepal we go, Hex.
Yeah, we're going to Nepal. Kind of weird how they chose to push that, though. They all jumped in from different angles, trickled on. They had 9 seconds left. It wasn't desperation mode. You had to touch the point. They could have grouped up and gone in as a whole. They chose not to, ended up paying for it. Nepal, here we come.
Let's drop the beat. Heroes never die.
Well, 2sTroNk is not thrilled to go to Nepal, but they have to do it. It's going to be a best of 5 on Nepal, which is our standard King of the Hill rules when we're playing those in a non-tie-breaking map. So be ready for a ton of Nepal. Should be fun. Nepal is a map on King of the Hill that we see more Bastion strats than any other King of the Hill lately.
Yeah, Bastion's been coming out. In particular, NG Red probably has set the trend there where on the village stage, they come out and they just run Bastion on the high ground, and usually it's Mangachu on that Bastion, and it works out really well for them. It used to be a point where you saw Nepal or Bastion more on Lijiang. That's where LG sort of brought Bastion to bear on that stage more often than not, but I don't think LG's run Bastion on that stage in quite a long time, unless I've missed something.
No, it was, they ran him on that stage in response to, it was no hero.
One sec, X, I'm going to recall you, Domo Arigato, Mr. Roboto, and all the rest. Stand by. All right, go ahead.
A big fan of Skype and Comcast. been great.
No, normal. I'm all for blaming Skype, but this feels like it is
Comcast.
literally on Comcast. I mean, Skype is a bloat. It's a hog, but I don't know. I feel like you'd think a normal connection. I mean, my phone can handle Skype. So what's Comcast's problem here?
I don't know, man. I did an internet test. I had like it was like 4 upload, which is half of the speed I should be getting anyway. I don't know. It's weird that it just started happening. I don't know what they did, what button they haven't changed.
It's still roboting. I'm gonna recall one more time. One thing I was gonna say is that Hex, I don't know if you get good 4G on your phone, but that actually might be a thing. Just although I guess the microphone would be absolutely terrible there. Darn. All right, so I'm recalling Hex, hoping for the best right now. All right, Hex, have you returned?
I hope so. I'm just gonna be quiet.
I'm gonna be quiet. My spirit is broken from Comcast.
It is a little.
Enough's enough. Well, we should be going to Nepal here in just a moment, letting them know that we are ready. Of course, we're always ready. Aside from the times where we're not, which pretty infrequent, but does happen.
I do like chat though. Chat's cheering me up.
I was just like, look, we all know Comcast is terrible. Now we're going to sit here on a rant against Comcast, and then we're going to get yelled at by our superiors and be like, what are you doing? We almost signed the Comcast sponsorship deal. It's like, uh-oh. Then we come back on, and what would we be saying right now, Hex? We would just be saying you had a different internet provider if you were sponsored by Comcast right now, because you can't go, Comcast. It's just going absolutely terribly. You couldn't throw them under the bus.
No, I would just lie. Just lie about everything.
It's Time Warner.
Yeah.
I don't know why Time Warner's doing. Although then you can't mention Time Warner Stream because then they're a competitor to Comcast.
Yeah.
Kind of. I mean, usually it's cable monopolies in every area, so not really. But
yeah, you can kind of tell what provider someone has just based on where they live, because there's not like, which one of the several providers do you have? Not even a question.
Yeah, if you're in most of the areas of Minnesota, you get Comcast, Comcast, and Comcast. Luckily, it's been pretty okay for me over time. So, I mean, I'm in the suburbs. I'm not in the city. There's not a whole lot of strain on it. I mean, I assume that nearby me, there's just a few families on Netflix, and that's about it.
Yeah, it's weird. It's been great. I've really had no problems with it until like this last week. This last week's been brutal, though. So, I don't know. Phone calls must be made. Something has to get fixed here.
Turns out a rat just, chewed on an Ethernet cable a little bit. It's Chicago. I mean, you expect these sort of things.
There are signs in the alleys of like, make sure you close garbage lids. Rats are bad, and rats will come around if you keep your garbage out. And I live in a nice neighborhood, but it's just like people don't really, take the threat of rats seriously.
I mean, if they won't close the garbage cans for rats, what's going to happen when bears come around, Hex?
That's how you get bears. There's a coyote.
Is that how you get bears? That's how you get bears.
There's a coyote in my neighborhood, for real. I just saw it the other day, and I was like, I thought I was going crazy, and then I asked like my neighbors, and they're like, oh yeah, that coyote's been around here forever.
Why is there a coyote in your neighborhood? In the city, I might add.
I live right by...
How does a coyote even find its way into the city?
I live right by the river, like the North Branch Chicago River. So there's a lot of wildlife around here, actually. And like I saw it the other day, and it freaked me out because I had this immediate instinct where I'm like, that's a wild animal. Because I first thought, I'm like, is that a deer? Because they're like really lanky and tall. But I just knew right away it wasn't a dog. My gut told me that like that's a wild animal, and there's a coyote.
Deers are basically the rats of Minnesota. It's one of those things where, I mean, I appreciate them. They're beautiful and all the rest, but holy God, there's way too many of them. I feel like every year there's at least 10 different incidents where I'm driving down the road back to my house, and if I don't have my high beams on at night, I hit a deer. Yeah. I've had way too many close calls. They're just everywhere.
Yeah, you guys need chronic wasting disease. That's what Wisconsin had. You really cleaned up that population.
Oh
anyway, so
I mean, the one good thing about the deer population is that it helps the wolf population, apparently.
That's good. Yeah, hey, wolves got to eat. Otherwise, they end up being coyotes going through trash in the cities. So on this map, it is 1-1. This is our lower bracket final. Winner of this map will go up to the top to face against Reunited. It is 2sTroNk versus Misfits here. 2sTroNk is coming out with this.
Hang on, now you are completely lagging on, so I will read the 2sTroNk roster. Take a look at it. It's going to be Zave here on the Mercy, Mineral on Lucio, Icefelt on the Tracer, Manitin going to be on Zarya, Ruster on the Winston, and Saini going to be the Reaper. Meanwhile, take a look here at the other side, coming out from the side of Misfits. It is going to be Skipjack here on the Winston, Zapri on the Tracer, Nevix on Mercy, Crew on the Zarya, soon going to be on the Reaper, and Zebosai going to be on Lucio. Hex, have you recovered?
I hope.
Not yet. Stay tuned. The fight is under assault right now. Zapri taking out Ruster. Manitin firing right back on Skipjack. 5 versus 5 right now. And Zapri, he is a real threat right now. Big reason as to why Misfits have been coming up here in their play. But his Tracer, second to none. Does a lot of work. We'll see if he can get another pick here. But still very even between the two teams. As soon able to take out Saini. That is a big pick off here for Misfits. Zapri ganks that backline. Rez comes out. Almost gets some Mercy as a result. No, not able to finish the Mercy kill. He had the reload at the very last second. Finally, Zave goes down. Pulse Bomb comes out in turn, blows up Saini. Very even between the two teams, but here comes the Sound Bearer. Brute falling through with the Graviton. Let's get 2 extra kills, and that should be it. Going to be Misfits' point.
That was just a pixel apocalypse. Absolute bloodbath.
I am on fire.
And note, by the way, this is our 3rd and final map here in the series. It will be decided here in Nepal. There's absolutely no way you can have a tie. And Misfits making a case at the very least, and they'll have Death Blossom up for the next fight. Although you look at the offense coming out from 2sTroNk is going to be completely looked there. Graviton and Death Blossom out already. So Manitin moving forward, really looking for the Graviton. Graviton comes out. Saini not really in a position to Death Blossom, goes for it anyways, but ties at 2%. Still though, Icefelt gets a little bit better fall through, gets the 2 kills off the Graviton, and even without the Death Blossom, this still might be something they can turn in their favor, but we'll see. The Rez definitely turned things back around on them.
Yeah, so they are at like 35% here, going to hold the point pretty strongly. It becomes very difficult to aggress onto this point. They're going to have Sound Barrier and a Death Blossom to work with. Zapri's in a really nice position up top, though. He's going to sniff out any sort of approach from that angle.
Healing stream engaged.
Sound Barrier now coming out here from the side of 2sTroNk. They're moving in the 2 quick kills off that seat. Saini setting the tone. They force out the Rez immediately. Nevix gonna have to bring up the fallen Misfits. Ruster, though, getting down and dirty here on the Winston. Left clicking away, sending Zarya on a ride. Pretty close, though, after the Rez. I needed to take a huge advantage. Zave did go down before getting his Rez off, so there's an opportunity for Misfits to turn this back in favor, but that's slowly going away as Saini gets in the backline once more, getting the double kill, setting up this game.
My ultimate is ready.
Yeah, 2sTroNk just won the better of that post-resurrection. Really interested to see where Icefelt goes with this Pulse Bomb. You could be very aggressive with it. You usually want to get them as they're coming in on it, as you see the Mercy pick her out and get back there. He's looking at...
Oh, he's going for the Wombo combo. That's what he's doing. Goes right in. Only gets 1 off of that. The shield's doing some work, but too much damage was done there. This is going to be a full team wipe once more for 2sTroNk. And very close game here thus far. It started out pretty well for Misfits, but 2sTroNk is able to fight it right back. And one more team fight away from evening things up 74-74.
Alright, so they're going to take this top angle in. They have a ton of ults to work with now. Their own Wombo combo set up.
Pulse Bomb does come in, and that is going to set things up. Zapri, 3 kills for his team. Soon moving in, piling on, not even needing to use the Death Blossom in the Misfits. They should be able to take this right back. It's a beautiful setup. They were able to capitalize. Pulse Bomb comes in from Icefelt, but just a little bit too little too late, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, the Rez came in, Saini burned his Death Blossom trying to make space for the Resurrection or something. I don't know. He didn't get really much off of it, and now he doesn't have it anymore. So, as you mentioned, they are taking it back. This is super back and forth between these two teams. This is one of the closest King of the Hill matches you'll see.
Alrighty, well, 82% right now, the 78%. Misfits back in control soon, still holding on to his Death Blossom. Offense now rolling in. He just might go to the backline for Death Blossom right here, right now. Not going to go for it just yet. Almost dies, so he has to hold it. Loses his opportunity. Still, though, Misfits, they do pick up 2 kills. And Zapri right now on a rampage, starting in and out, dealing with the members of 2sTroNk as they come in. Hey, is he going to get the Pulse Bomb here? Doesn't even go for it. Figures he doesn't need to.
No, it didn't.
And he's right.
Yeah, I mean, the early kills being on Zave actually just really crushes them, because then they just waited, they played super aggressive, got the tempo resurrection in, they take that first stage.
Hello. Group up here.
Score 1-0.
How embarrassing.
Really close between those two teams, though.
Yep, but overall, Misfits, they win the round. They are now 2 rounds away from getting their rematch with Reunited. Things definitely going in their favor. Now, in terms of next map, we'll see if we see any major change-ups here, one way or another. Doesn't really look like it. Both teams going to stick with what has been working. I mean, it was so close here that even if you are on the losing end, do you really go, man, we need to change things up? It's like, no, it was really close. We almost had it.
Yeah, I mean, some teams run a Junkrat on this map in particular, but neither team opting to go with that right now.
Well, Zappy right now moving in, looking for the flank already. Finds Mercy, and I think he's just going to go in on Zave here in a moment. Doesn't want to use all his blinks right away. Has found Zave. Nope, just decides to go and Winston gets the free ult charge. Ruster going to go down in a hurry. Still, though, 2 kills from 2sTroNk as they rush right into this Misfit squad. No fear whatsoever. Sandy leading the way. Down goes Skipjack, and the flank perhaps not working out quite so well for Misfits.
No, not at all. Manatee able to clean up there. Icefeld already charging his Pulse Bomb. It does charge pretty quickly, but Zappy did die in that fight as well. He gets in, that Pulse Bomb goes off, misses. Manatee takes a long fall.
Zany does have Death Blossom on the right. Not going to use it just yet. Has to dodge out of the Pulse Bomb, but will go right back in. Here comes the Death Blossom. He stays alive for not long enough. Only takes out Nevix. Still a big pickoff to get Nevix, don't get me wrong, but Zave is down, so not necessarily a huge Mercy on Mercy advantage, as Misfits is going to be able to get right back onto the point. They're going to have a Death Blossom and Sound Barrier of their own for the next fight. Pretty back and forth, just as round 1 was.
Yeah, Icefeld did his best to try to stall that out and keep it up, but they are going to be nearing the Wombo combo here. The Graviton is ready. Icefeld is very close to getting his Pulse Bomb. It already comes out as the Graviton on...
Soon doesn't even need the Death Blossom there. Graviton sets him up. He just walks up, left clicks, takes him out, and that's going to be 4 kills here for Misfits. Did have to burn the Graviton for that, but definitely well worth.
Yeah. The other side has their ults and Graviton up. They were going to probably have to Sound Barrier just to get through here. I mean, you can get camped really hard on this map. They're kind of just poking in now.
Zoom just jumps right off. Here comes the Death Blossom. Gets booped away, thrown into the Graviton. Not what he was looking for. 2sTroNk, though, they are coming right back. They do get 3 kills of their own here in this fight. That Res Sound Bear combo coming out from Misfits, though, and this is going to let them change it back in their favor. Was back and forth, but anytime you pull off a full Res Sound Bear, it is so hard for the other team to actually deal with that effectively, unless they have an Earth Shatter ready and waiting to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, of course, is King of the Hill.
Yeah.
Who runs Reinhardt on King of the Hill?
No one runs Reinhardt on King of the Hill, especially not this stage, and especially not against Tracers, who just get behind you and are so annoying as a Reinhardt. Trying to swat a fly with a hammer is impossible. Zapray, speaking of that Tracer, has been absolutely crushing it. He just got a 3K by himself, and it's not the first one that he's pulled off in this game. He's doing a great Tracer.
So Zapray right now at 80% for the side of Misfits. He is looking for Zave once more. It has been a huge thorn in Zane's side, but Zany getting in there, taking out Debosai right away, uses Death Blossom, ends up dying, forces out the res. So pretty back and forth between both teams. Zave going to res the fallen here for the side of 2sTroNk. Let's see if Icefall has what it takes to get what is needed here. Zave will go down, though, for Misfits. Oh, sorry, for 2sTroNk. This is just really back and forth, but Misfits, they're going to get this in a hurry. They clear out the point. Skipjack, a big reason that, just cleaving people down. And there it is. Misfits now 2-0 over the side of 2sTroNk.
Score 2-0.
I'm just helping out players today. It's best of 5, Icefeld. We're playing more. So Mineral trying to convince Icefeld to throw in the towel, even though they're on the same team. Oh, lobby chat. Alright, nothing really changing up from either sides, and yet again, why would you? It seems like these are, you know, nearly perfect King of the Hill rosters for what they're trying to accomplish. And it's really been a huge back and forth between Icefeld and Zapray. Whoever's going bigger on their Tracer has been giving their team an advantage. You do see a late switch, though, as Saini is going to be on the Genji. Mineral will switch onto the Reaper.
Oh, both teams getting into it right now on the high ground. This is the village stage. This is where teams throw themselves at each other in a big way. Misfits going to get the better of it, though. First 2, now 3 kills going in their favor. Zapri darting around, looking to clean up the last remaining members. Oh, no, by the way, Zave now no longer on the Mercy, on the Lucio. Zave going to go down in short order, and this should be a first cap here for Misfits. More of the same right now. Even though these fights have been close, Misfits usually coming out on top more often than not, and if they come out top here, that will be it. They will be in the grand finals, and they will knock 2sTroNk out of this tournament.
Yeah, well, that said, I mean, 2sTroNk is taking the point back. They definitely have more pressure on it. They do flip it. It's gonna be rough if they start losing because they aren't running a Mercy here. They're running that single support.
All 3 kills do come out from 2sTroNk and able to get that back in their favor. It does go back and forth. And they actually end up with first cap despite how that first fight went, so.
My ultimate is almost ready.
Yeah, really nice work from them. They are going to have a Graviton up at their disposal. Counter Grab will be up as well, so I think they might even want to wait on that for Crew to get a little more damage and then go in with a combo.
Well, Graviton coming out right now for 2sTroNk. 3 members of Misfits caught in it. Zapri, though, he's going to come in with the Pulse Bomb. Takes out 2 at the very end. Sticks right on the Winston's backside, but you look at Misfits. Crew's the only one up. The only way this helps a little bit is that they might not be set up by the time the respawns come in for Misfits.
Yeah, the single support really working out for 2sTroNk. They haven't really died. The single Lucio's doing a lot of work.
Graviton comes in. 2 members getting caught in for that. It's going to be 2 quick kills here from Misfits. Make it 3. 2sTroNk now on sort of the back foot. Again, there's no Mercy that they're running, so they're not going to be able to get a Mercy res here.
Yeah.
So this fight is going to go right back in favor of Misfits.
It makes picking Nevix not only like important, but like a must. They have to kill Nevix in these fights to have a chance. Otherwise, it's essentially 6v12.
Team right now does have Death Blossom. Mineral leading the way up the Death Blossom zone. Everyone's saying die, but soon going to be the first to die. Sound Baron now coming out here from Misfits. Comes out a little bit late. Not in time to save soon, but Zapri once again moving around, able to take out Mineral right away. Nevix, though, going to res all the Fallen. And
yeah.
Still a winnable fight here for the side. 2sTroNk. Zave, though, in trouble. Just getting taken out by Zapri here. Only so much you can do when a Tracer's on you as Lucio. Gonna be 2 extra kills here from Misfits, and Misfits for now will hang on.
It's a second life. I mean, the resurrection is just that important. You get brought back to life. It's essentially you're fighting underpowered and undermanned the entire time. If you're not able to take down Nevix, you're gonna have a hard time running a solo support in this. He needs to be the primary target of their next Graviton, I think.
Oh, here comes Graviton coming out here. 3 members of Misfits caught right in. Sadie with the fall through. And at least for now, 2sTroNk not going quietly into that good night. They are winning this fight on the merits right now. Nevix, though, he died early in the fight. He's not going to be able to get the res up. And Misfits going to retake this in a hurry.
Yeah, they Graviton.
Sorry,
Nevix.
2sTroNk.
Yeah, they Graviton Nevix really early in that fight. He was one of the only ones in it, but that's exactly what they needed to do. He's not able to get there in time to resurrect. They're able to flip that back over. Probably only one big fight coming out next, and whoever wins it should be able to win this stage.
Oh, for 2sTroNk, this is better than they've looked pretty much all game long. They're going to try and hold on to this here. Sani with the Dragon Blade coming out, looking to slice and dice. Has 2 kills here thus far, looking for more. The deflection runs out the last moment, but not before putting a lot of damage back into Soon. It is very close here on the point, but Nevix coming in. He's going to bring everyone back up. That is the power of Mercy. And Misfits might be able to take this back in their favor just yet, and they do just that.
They do flip it back. Yeah, he was just hiding the whole time, waiting for his moment to shine, brings 4 back to life, gives his life forward, but that's kind of his whole purpose in life is bring everyone back alive. Yeah, now it's last chance push here. I mean, it's 85, but it's going to be 99 when the fight starts, so last push here coming in for 2sTroNk. Tournament life on the line.
Oh, Zapri moves in, does land the direct stick, going to get canceled out by the Sound Bearer. Everyone is breaking it down. Death Blossom coming out from Mineral right now. 2sTroNk desperately trying to stay alive here, but the Pulse Bomb from Icefeld going to be a big part of that. Takes out 2 people right away.
I should have that.
And Nevix, he's not going to have the res up here. He goes down, in fact, as well. So overtime is in progress. 99% to 99%. 2sTroNk in a great position right now. Zapri trying to make something out of nothing. He's going to get sliced down. And 2sTroNk not bowing out of this tournament yet, 2-1, Hex.
Yeah, really nice pull back there. They ran something a little risky, running no mercy there. They had a single support, but it was enough. They were winning fights decisively enough, and even the fights they lost were the ones that they weren't able to kill Nevix in. I know that's got to be their top priority. I'd imagine they stick with this style. It's the best they looked. They just have so much more damage now when you're running a single support.
Nope.
But they do switch.
I think it was only on that map where they wanted to put Zave on the Lucio. And I don't know, I tend to agree with you. I think it would be interesting if they just didn't run the Mercy here and then were heavily aggro on Nevix, because it did work out much better for them than their offerings on the other maps. Although, you look back at round one was still very, very, very close.
Right, fair enough. So, mirror match coming out here from both teams. They're running the exact same compositions.
Zappy right now just looking for early poke. Zappy's Tracer probably a little bit more effective for Misfits as opposed to his counterpart on the side of 2sTroNk. 2 quick kills though coming out from Misfits, and Zappy right now leading the way, moving a little bit deeper, looking for Zave. Zave just trying to dodge 80-80 strafing and crouching, not able to prevent himself from dying. This is going to be a full team wipe here from Misfits, and tempo being set.
My ultimate is charged.
Yeah, that's a really decisive cap early. Zapre got a ton of damage, as evidenced by the fact he's got his pulse bomb up and ready. Does charge super fast, but
almost ready.
clearly getting his chip in.
Oh, here comes Zapre. He's looking here for the flanking pulse bomb. Takes out Zave already. So Zave going down, things are going from bad to worse here for 2sTroNk. They're not going to win this fight. And I gotta say, I mean, I tend to agree with what we were talking about before, where maybe just don't run the Mercy. Zave is really been getting murdered by Zapre. He's doing a lot better staying alive as Lucio.
Yeah, and then you had the extra damage, and you're able to run a Genji into this composition as well. That's essentially what you're swapping out a Mercy for a Genji, and they did better with the Genji. They were getting more damage, more kills. It's kind of it lends itself to the style that they're playing, but choosing to run this Mercy here, it's fine as long as he can stay alive, but they've been doing a better job on Misfits of protecting their supports. They're getting Zarya shields. Crew has just been hanging out with them the whole time, keeping them alive.
Well, the biggest problem here for 2sTroNk is all the ultimates are up. Here comes the Death Blossom from Soon. Already taking out Maniton, doing all sorts of damage to the backline. The double kill to start things off. Zave is already down. Zapre just hunting him down every single time. And you look at the ult reserve here of Misfits, they didn't really even have to go through all of it.
Nope, Zave died. He was the first kill in that fight. As they're prioritizing him, that is Zapre's only job is to kill Zave, and he's been doing a great job of it. He's got Pulse Bomb up. They're going to be loaded for bear here. Graviton's about to be up too.
And look at Zave's positioning right now. Zapre is ready to get right in on him. Zave already in trouble, but Graviton does come down. It takes out 2 right away. Here comes Pulse Bomb from Zapre, though. The counter is real. It's 2 for 2 right now. Rez coming out from both Mercies, so Rez probably going to be a non-factor for the rest of the fight. Graviton surge though from Crew, pulls in 2 people right away. Still pretty darn back and forth between Icefeld, Zapre, and the rest, but Misfits, they're starting to turn in their favor. They did just get the last 2 kills. Icefeld roaming around, looking for Soon. Soon, though, turns it on him in a flash.
That's going to be cleaned up.
This is going to be Misfits hanging on, which means that they will take the map, they will take the series, and Hex, they are making their way right back into the grand finals.
Yeah, if you looked at the bracket earlier today, you kind of thought, well, Reunited versus Misfits would be the ones that probably you're going to come out to, and it is going to be that in the grand finals. Reunited will have a 1-game lead in our best of 5. Congratulations to 2sTroNk, though. They've had really good showings the last several weeks. Looked good again here today.
That was your play of the game, and we're just going to be moving right along to our grand finals. We do have to play a quick word from our sponsors. We will be back in 2 minutes. Me and Hex are not leaving our seats, so stay tuned. We'll be back in just a moment. Grand finals on the way.